So this is probably one of the worst decisions I've made within my adult lifespan.
And motherfucker.
Hate the dog! I hate the fucking dog, bro!
Jesus Christ.
You know Adam Sandler. He's the funny man who makes funny movies. He has classics like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Jack and Jill, Grown Ups. Good movies. Good movies. So I decided to spend the next 5 days watching every single Adam Sandler movie. But I'm a bit of a lazy bastard, so I decided I wanted to speed up the process. You know, watching one at a time would take forever, multiple untold weeks. But if I watch 3 at a time, well, then it's only gonna take 5 days. But why? Why would I go forward with this horrible idea? Well, first, let me introduce you to my friend Adrian Paz. This is his address. Make sure to go visit him from time to time. But senior year of high school, me and my good friend Adrian Moses Paz are sitting at the lunch table. You know, we're just chatting, we're having fun. When I come up with a what are the odds? For the layman out there, what are the odds is a game that clinically insane people play to pass the time. You go up to your friend and you say, hey man, what are the odds you jump off a fucking building? And then the friend will sit there for a second and then say a number. If you both say the same number, then the person asked needs to do the odds. So, of course, I ask Adrian Paz, what are the odds you watch an Adam Sandler movie once a week for the next year? But you see, Adrian Paz, he's a little rat. He's a sneaky little man, and he says 2. So 2 is a wild card in our rendition of what are the odds. If 2 is chosen and you both say a different number, the person who asked the what are the odds has to do it. And Adrian Paz has Adrian Paz luck. And I didn't know this at the time, but he always wins 2s. We count down, I'm ready to win, and then we say different numbers. This is where dread fills my body because I realized, shit, I need to watch one Adam Sandler movie for the next 52 weeks. I did this what are the odds for about 2 weeks. I watched 2 Adam Sandler movies. I watched Hustle, and I don't remember the other one I watched. But after that, I stopped. It was a little bitch made. I won't lie. It was a little bitch made, and sometimes I would lie to try to get them off my ass, but they figured out. They figured out I wasn't watching movies. Adrian Paz and friends, that is. Now, usually when you don't do what are the odds, you have to come up with a punishment. Well, a punishment was never really come up with for this what are the odds, and I am now applying it to myself. This is to atone for my sins, Adrian Paz. This is for you, buddy. Fly high. Finally, before I get into this insanity, I need to lay down some of the ground rules and the framework for this video. The biggest rule, of course, is I will be watching 3 Adam Sandler movies at a time. I'm gonna go fucking insane. Along with this, all these Adam Sandler movies are in a bundle. Each 3 comes packed individually as its own thing. So if 2 movies finish before 1, I must finish that last movie before moving on to my next 3. I will also be watching a max of 12 Adam Sandler movies a day to save my sanity. If you want to know how many hours of Adam Sandler that is, I've left a doc below that details every single day of Adam Sandler movies and how many hours in total I watched this week. I decided all the Adam Sandler movies beforehand, before filming anything, and again, that's in the doc below. I took out short films and anything that I didn't consider was Adam Sandler. And if you disagree with me, well, why don't you try it, smart guy? Last but not least, every day I will be doing a before check-in and an after check-in for watching all the movies. It's fuck, man. Well, with all that being said, let's dive into the insanity. So I began my first set of movies, not really knowing what the hell lay ahead of me.
Bro, I'm gonna be real, I have no idea what's fucking happening right now.
The first 3 movies I watched were Overboard, Shakes the Clown, and Coneheads. Overboard is really the only Adam Sandler flick, as he is the lead and seems to have a heavy hand in writing. In Shakes the Clown, he's just a supporting character, and Coneheads, he's in there for about 30 seconds.
Oh, it's my other favorite one. I think that's him. Is that Adam Sandler? I don't know.
Just so you get some context on how awful this was, I got a total of 4 laughs throughout all these 3 movies. All comedy movies. I thought my insanity would come in the midway point, but instead it hit me in the first fucking set. By the end of it, I was begging Overboard to end.
End. For the love of fucking Christ, end. God damn.
I would say as a whole, these movies were all dog shit, and I don't recommend watching them. They're not funny, and they're not very fun to watch. You might get something out of going overboard, because that's Adam Sandler's first flick, but as a whole, I don't recommend it. At the end of set 1, I fully realized how bad of a decision this was.
Overall thoughts. These next 5 days are gonna be hell. I still have 9 movies to get through. Fuck.
With set 1 out of the way, I moved right on to set 2.
Oh my god, that is Brandon Fraser. I can recognize that kissable face from anywhere.
This set contained Airheads, Mixed Nuts, and Billy Madison. I was happy to get to this point because I finally got a movie that was good.
Billy Madison's actually kind of funny.
Also, this is the start of what I'm going to call pure Adam Sandler movies. 4 out of the 6 movies in sets 1 through 2 were movies Adam Sandler happened to be in, with Billy Madison and Overboard being the 2 he starred in. But now, after this set, pure Adam Sandler movies should start dominating the market. It was also fun to watch Billy Madison, which is kind of goated.
Oh my god, Adam Sandler's murdering children. Why would he do this?
I wasn't expecting the movie to be as good as it was, and overall set 2 wasn't bad. Instead of wanting to kill myself, I smile for most parts. Overall, I really do recommend Billy Madison. Adam Sandler does a good job acting, and most of the jokes are pretty funny. Airhead seems like a really fun movie, and I think I would enjoy it if I gave it a single watch. However, I was pretty distracted by Billy Madison. And Mixed Nuts is a Christmas movie. I don't really know the plot of it.
Okay, that's it. End of set 2. My thoughts. Billy Madison, good. I liked watching Brendan Fraser follow his dream as a rock and roll star. And Mixed Nuts.
And so we kept this party train rolling all the way to set 3, which wasn't that bad of an experience. All 3 of these movies weren't that bad. Bulletproof has some awful reviews, but when I was giving it 1/3 of my attention, it really didn't seem that bad. Wedding Singer also had me pretty surprised of how enjoyable it was to watch. Happy Gilmore's solid and has some funny moments. Compared to set 1, this whole watching 3 movies thing hasn't been that bad so far. Is Happy Gilmore as good as Billy Madison? Without a doubt it's not. It's the younger brother that couldn't live up to the older one. However, it's still a solid Adam Sandler classic as a whole. Bulletproof again has awful reviews, but while I was watching it, it didn't seem awful. I was only giving it 1/3 of my attention, however, so maybe it'd be worse on a solo watch. The Wedding Singer is actually a really solid movie. As an Adam Sandler skeptic, I didn't think it would be good, but upon watching, I think this is the early standard of rom-coms.
I'm so tired. Final set 3 remarks. I actually liked all these movies. You know, I didn't have too much witty commentary during it because I'm so fucking tired, but these are actually pretty solid. That's set 3 done. Yay. Got 1 more hour and a half set to go.
The joy and confidence I had in set 3 was instantly demolished as soon as I started watching set 4.
Oh no, the movies have been so good up to, well, not good, but they've been serviceable. Now I have to watch this shit. Oh my god, bro.
I was so overwhelmingly tired, it was really hard to focus on these movies. It didn't help that Little Nicky was one of the worst movie experiences I have ever had.
God, I hate the dog. I hate the fucking dog, bro. I can't take it. I hate the dog. I despise. Maybe it's just me just getting fucking tired. I hate the dog. God, I fucking hate the dog.
That movie is so ass, so fucking terrible, it is astonishing it is still available to watch. It's not even funny bad, just awful. I'd rather go watch Overboard than that fucking movie. I mostly paid attention to Big Daddy, and I enjoyed that, but Little Nicky was so bad it was hard to focus on any good. I got through it though, but this was probably the most painful watch yet. Waterboy is where Adam Sandler comedy starts to get old. It's just a man-child who is stupid, who ends up actually being an amazing football prospect. I don't like the voice Sandler does, and as a whole, this is just a meh movie. Big Daddy is actually kinda good. I know I just said man-child comedy was getting old. I think the kid dynamic and the chemistry that Adam Sandler has with the kid helped it a lot. Overall, I think this movie is pretty solid. Little Nicky is the worst piece of shit movie I've watched so far. Sandler does an awful voice for him. The comedy is stupid, and it's just a fucking piece of dog shit. Don't watch this movie.
Okay, that's it. That's it for day 1. 12 movies in. The worst is yet to come. Dog, I'm so tired. My brain, I feel my brain crumbling by the second. Like, I feel like my brain is dematerializing. I don't...
So we're to the end of day 1. I thought day 1 would be easy. I thought it'd be easy peasy. I would have energy. I would just flow right through it. It was not easy. It was painful. And I have 4 more days of this. I genuinely have 4 more days of sitting down and watching Adam Sandler movies, and it only gets longer. These movies start becoming 2 hours long, and I'm getting into what I'm going to call probably like the dark age of Adam Sandler movies pretty soon here. Like Jack and Jill is coming up a lot faster
then I want it to come up. And like, it's just, dog, there's so many rom-coms and stuff, and it's just gonna be painful. I did have some enjoyable experiences. I thought, like, you know, Billy Madison, Big Daddy, you know, good movies. I really enjoyed them. The Wedding Singer, like, great movies. It's just, I'm watching 3 movies at the same time, and my brain can only handle so much Adam Sandler. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So, welcome to day 2. I won't lie, when I woke up with a pit in my stomach when I realized it is winter break right now. What am I doing for my winter break? I am waking up to go watch Adam Sandler movies for the entire day. Today's a 7-hour slate instead of yesterday's 6 hours, except yesterday it took me like a full 9-10 hours to figure out script and recording. So hopefully today's a little faster. Hopefully I'm not up till 1 a.m. I thought it would be good if I printed out a little picture of the man himself. You know. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's watch 12 Adam Sandler movies. Set 5 was an actual fever dream. I had 2 comedies matched up with one absurdist film, and I felt like I was going insane at times.
See, when Adam Sandler writes movies, there's just snot and fucking piss and cum and shit everywhere. Yeah, fucking shit. Like, why, dog? Why?
But this set wasn't bad. 8 Crazy Nights is fine, and Mr. Deeds was honestly just a pretty bland Adam Sandler rom-com that didn't have anything special going for it.
I'm going insane.
Punch Drunk Love seems like a movie I'd actually really enjoy if I gave it a solo watch. It seemed to have everything that tickles my buttons. Adam Sandler did really good acting as a whole, and the script was actually pretty good. It was enjoyable to watch. Mr. Deeds is a stereotypical man-child movie. Not much to say other than it's almost the exact same as 6 other movies I've already watched. Bum biddy 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 bum bum. Bum biddy 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 bum.
Okay, let's end set 1. I really liked Punch Drunk Love. I think that's my favorite movie so far. That was actually really good. It's really crazy what Adam Sandler can do when he has a good director and a good script. It was just a fever dream watching it because it's so absurdist, and you're watching an absurdist movie while you're also watching 8 Crazy Nights and Mr. Deeds, and you're kind of going insane. But that was a good movie. Oh my god, that was a really good movie.
Set 6 was hell. You see, almost every set so far has had at least a good or fun movie I could latch onto.
That's so stupid!
Even the bad movies are at least enjoyable sometimes. This set had all man movies that were so painfully boring I just couldn't take it. These rom-coms are all fine if you're a rom-com fan, but I am not a rom-com fan. These are all so stereotypical, mind-numbingly boring, and structured the exact same it made me want to kill myself.
Sorry, I lost myself there. I'm kind of going fucking insane right now.
This was literally just 3 of the same movie at the same time. And the worst part, it probably only gets worse from here. Anger management sucks ass. The plot is stupid, and not even Jack Nicholson could carry this film with good acting. It didn't make sense, and it's forced, and it's stupid, and 50 First Dates is also forced and stupid. It's like they came up with some wholesome moments and then just made a plot to get there. Like, come on, try harder. The whole true love message would be a lot more impactful if the plot actually made sense and wasn't creepy. The black goo comes for all. The black goo comes for all. The black goo comes for all. The black goo comes for
If that doesn't tell you how I feel, I don't know what else will. Just pure emotional damage to the brain, psychological torment. I got 2 more sets.
Set 7 was fine. It wasn't as bad as the last set. I think Click and The Longest Yard are entertaining enough to not make it hell. I really didn't get too much out of Reign Over Me. It was a hard movie to try and focus on.
Oh, he's playing fucking Shadow of the Colossus.
I will say this is probably the start of the more outdated Adam Sandler movies. The others seemed okay till now. There are a ton of gay jokes and trans people jokes that are probably not the best look in a modern sense. I'm also starting to develop this Adam Sandler theory that he plays out fantasies he has in these movies. I mean, he always gets a new hot girl he gets to kiss. Sometimes he's a football player or a golf player or just a superstar in general. It seems like these scripts have an alternative purpose. That or
I'm just slowly going insane. The Longest Yard, I believe, is the first full comedy movie that has no romance. It's just Adam Sandler as a football star in prison. Its comedy is meh, and you really see a lot of Happy Madison's faults start to develop as you watch all these back to back. This is probably going to be controversial, but Click to me is very meh. It's again so stereotypical Adam Sandler. He isn't as much as a man-child, but he hates his family and he still needs to learn to love them. Plus the fake out at the end takes away any meaning this movie had. Reign Over Me tries to be super serious, but I don't think it knows how to. It's Adam Sandler after 9/11 trying to cope with the death of his family, but a lot of what happened seems really silly. Don Cheadle's in it though, so it gets a meh.
That wasn't as bad as the last set. Very, very poorly aged movies, though, I will say. A lot of gay jokes and a lot of trans jokes that aren't that great, looking in a modern sense. Anyway, this is my insane chart. Not as bad as it could be. Looks like someone got splattered, but you know.
Okay, well that is the end of day 2. I had to end a little early today because I had to clean some stuff up for a special guest who's going to be here tomorrow. So I wasn't able to watch all 12 because if I was, I'm going to go to bed right after this. If I did watch the last couple movies, I wouldn't have gone to bed till like 3 and I need to wake up at 8. Sanity-wise, set 6, probably the worst set I've had to go through so far. At least Overboard was Adam Sandler's first movie, and you can kind of see where he gets a lot of his classic Adam Sandler-ness. But watching Anger Management, 50 First Dates, and Spanglish all together at the same time was the most boring experience I could imagine. Like, none of the movies are bad, but they're all just so meh and generic and uninspiring that they're so unfun to watch. And the plots of them are just... but I mean, I watched Punch Drunk Love too, which was really good. It's a weird flip of the coin when you're watching Adam Sandler. But, going into day 3 strong, I think, I don't know, I might deteriorate tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Jack and Jill and the grown-ups day. I might die. But I will have a special guest. Before that, I need to go to bed, so I will see you for day 3.
So, welcome to day 3. As you can hear, this is a voiceover and not actually me and Alex from the channel Big Al Man talking. Well, funny story about that. We had to do a second take of the prelude and the recording is just gone. It's just lost forever. Down to the void it went. So, unfortunately, to try and make this work, I am now doing a voiceover. The general mood for today was actually excitement. See, the last 2 days had been hell, but now I had a friend. And a friend makes everything better, even Adam Sandler. One thing that was a little questionable, though, was Adam Sandler entered my dreams, which was a little concerning, but, what can you do? Anyway, let's dive right into more insanity. Set 8 wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was bearable compared to a lot of what I've watched and what I'm yet to watch. However, I will say we are really entering the dark ages of Adam Sandler. This shit is so unfunny and really hard to get through. Zohan and Chuck and Larry are attempts to try to push real-world themes and issues into comedy movies, but they fail to actually say anything, while Bedtime Stories is just a kid Adam Sandler movie that overall felt like a nothing movie to me. But again, all of these were tolerable and at least somewhat entertaining. And Chuck and Larry is Adam Sandler's apology to the gay community. He does this by pretending to be a gay man to get tax benefits. I think that basically says everything about this movie. Bedtime Stories is fine, I think. I'm not sure. It seems like a nothing movie to me, but everyone I talk to said this movie is good, so I think I'm going to even it out to a meh. In Zohan, Adam Sandler again tries to push real-world issues using comedy, but once again, he comes off a little deaf to the actual problems at hand. He tries to be loud, but in the end, nothing is really said.
Alright, so you ready for the next set?
Yeah. Is it really hot in here, to you?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
Sorry, what'd you ask?
You're ready for the next set of movies?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be, just let me go. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah.
I got you. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. It's been like 10 minutes. What the fuck? Ashton? Ashton, are you here, man?
with that over and done with, we move right on to set 9, which was awful. Funny People might be in contention for one of the worst films I've ever watched. And if that wasn't bad enough, we also had Grown Ups, which is fucking terrible, and another rom-com. To really add on to the torture, Grown Ups and Just Go With It ended after an hour and 40 minutes, but Funny People lasted a full 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we were stuck with this piece of shit for the long run. I thought Jack and Jill would be without a doubt the worst movie I watched, but this movie might actually be in contention. The acting is awful. Once again, for an Adam Sandler movie, the plot just doesn't fucking make sense, and to top it off, it's ungodly long. Just never watch this movie. Grown Ups really shows me how much we are in the nothing era of Adam Sandler. It just nothing happens in this movie, and I genuinely feel like this could be called Adam Sandler and Friends try to improv and fail horribly. Just Go With It is a rom-com. Too many rom-coms exist. I've watched too many rom-coms. They're all the exact same. And just for that, this is going into bad but watchable. After finishing set 9, we got right into the big mama set. Jack and Jill finally right in front of my eyes to watch. But me and Alex were so dead and so desperate for a good movie, we literally just focused on Hotel Transylvania. Jack and Jill and That's My Boy are shit. They're just terrible. Why watch them when I can watch a good movie? What else can I say about Jack and Jill that already hasn't been said? It's lazy, it's nothing, and somehow it makes fucking millions at the box office, so fuck me, I guess. That's My Boy is another man-child movie, but with teacher fucking, brother-sister fucking, and father-son loving, and it sucks. It's awful. Why watch this movie? Just don't. Now, Hotel Transylvania, that's the good shit. This actually might be one of Adam Sandler's best performances he's had in a long while watching these movies. The animation is bouncy, but not in an ADHD-riddled way, and as a whole, it's just so good. So this is voiceover action again. Me and Alex were not able to get through all of day 3 because I had a super long way to drive him and I didn't want to do that tired at 1 a.m. So this is me on Christmas Day finishing up the set. And no, this is not day 4, this is day 3.5. You understand me, you little shit? Don't make me come up there. So I was worried about set 11. I saw Pixels and Grown Ups 2 and I was scared for my life. I thought this would be a terrible, terrible, terrible set. However, it wasn't that bad. Now, I will say The Cobbler is an awful, awful movie and Grown Ups 2 also just fucking sucks ass. The fuck? But Pixels made up for it. I know I sound insane, but Pixels isn't horrible. I think it's actually an okay movie. Now, I'm not gonna go as far and say it's good, but it is entertaining. And overall, I'm just really glad I caught Pixels during the set or I might have fucking died. Grown Ups 2 is Adam Sandler and friends try to improv more and fail even harder. Somehow they even made it worse than Grown Ups 1. So, whoop-de-doo. I thought The Cobbler was going to be a really good movie. I had hope it would be a serious Adam Sandler flick. However, it just sucks. Adam Sandler plays a shoe person, and when he puts other people's shoes on, he turns into them, and wacky shit happens, and it's just, it's not entertaining, it's not fun, and it's just stupid. So, as I said, I was really surprised by Pixels. I thought it was going to suck ass, but it really, again, just wasn't that bad. And I do think it was written from a place of love for 80s arcade games. The acting can be kind of fun, and some jokes actually did make me laugh.
You know, that definitely wasn't the worst set I've gone through, but Jesus Christ. Cobbler and Grown Ups 2. Pixels is watchable. I don't know if I might have laughed at it. I don't know if I laughed at it. It's just the concept is interesting at the very least. Yeah, whatever. End of day 3/3.5. I have 2 days left. Even today, when it was Christmas and getting a little bit of a break, watching this one set kind of broke me a little bit. I won't lie to you. They were just bad. I can hope that these movies get better, but I just don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic after Pixels because it wasn't that bad and maybe it will lead to something better, but I don't know, dog. I don't know. I will see you for day 4 tomorrow. Let's try not to die.
Did I sleep with this on? But what? No. Oh, what the fuck?
I woke up like this. And so I continued my Adam Sandler watch, feeling more optimistic than ever. set 12 was not the worst set to start my day. Sets like these are weird because it's autopilot insanity. None of the movies are bad, but they can't keep me hooked either. They just drag on. Sometimes they have their moment where I laugh, but for the most part, it just seems like something I'd find on cable TV. Blended is literally just dollar store wedding singer, down to the fake out husband return. At least it borrows from a good movie, so it's watchable. Men, Women, and Children really tries to do something interesting, but it focuses on like 9 different characters, so you're cutting in between all these different people and you forget what's happening, and it's just a mess, and its ending just kind of left me confused. But at the very least, it's something new. Hotel Transylvania 2 is where these movies start to become way too bouncy. The first movie did the bouncy animation perfect, but they took that bounciness and developed it for children who have a 0.5 second attention span. That being said, this movie does have its moments. That was the end of set 11, I think. Not the worst set in the world, if I'm honest. Anyway, it's currently 8:15 p.m. and I have 3 more sets to go, so I'm gonna be up until 2 a.m. I've had bad sets. I've had sets that have driven me to insanity. But if we are talking actual awful movie ratios to set, this one takes the cake without a doubt. However, I've been hardened. Instead of being mad at these movies, I just feel my mind dulling, like rot trying to turn my brain off so I no longer need to do this. But don't get it twisted. These movies are actually the worst 3 movies Adam Sandler has made. What is Adam Sandler's obsession with fucking shit, bro? Like... He three-peated in worst movie making. At this point, I'm just impressed. I didn't think he could go any lower. Adam Sandler said all good actors have cowboy movies, and then he proceeded to make one of the worst westerns to ever exist. The Ridiculous Six has it all. Family Guy repeat jokes, shit jokes, bad writing, bad acting. If you want to know how not to make a movie, this is your show. But he wasn't finished. He somehow topped himself with the do-over. This might actually take the cake for the worst movie he's ever made. Everything he did wrong in The Ridiculous Six is compounded twofold in this movie, but also adds saggy nuts in your face and saggy grandma tits. I really wanted to like Sandy Wexler. I really did. I think the premise is actually kind of interesting, and I think it could be a good movie if anyone but Happy Madison made it. I can't go into complete depth of how bad this movie is and how much potential it has, but just what a disappointment. These are all terrible movies. Adam Sandler should never write a movie ever again. This might be the worst set. Like, holy shit, these were all awful. Like, dear God, I don't know how these movies got made. I don't know how Netflix gave him money. God, just fucking stop. Stop making movies. Just stop making movies. Stop making... Again, the rot just keeps spreading. I just feel my consciousness slowly fading into the darkness. I just want him to make a decent movie. That's all I want. I want something good, and I know he's capable of it, but I'm filled with nothing but sadness watching these shitty movies over and over and over. The Marriott stories actually seems alright. Ben Affleck and Sandler actually give really good performances, and the story seems interesting. It just has some really weird aspects to it that maybe I need to give a solo watch to understand, but overall, I'm gonna give it a meh for now. I've already watched The Week Of a number of times with different Adam Sandler movies. Oh my God, who let Adam Sandler dress up like a woman again? Did we not learn from Jack and Jill? You know what it's gonna get. I can't say anything new. It's going right to the bottom. Hotel Transylvania 3 just makes me depressed. It's just pure ADHD iPad kid, and it's just... It moves way too fast, and the animation is just too much. I miss the glory days of Hotel Transylvania 1. It's 2 in the morning. I have one more set I need to do. I'm going to bed at 4. What to say? I'm losing my mind. I'm going insane. The Marriott stories, I feel like I would actually enjoy that movie. Just, I'm actually kind of going insane. Hotel Transylvania 3, brain rot. The Week Of, Jesus Christ. Why? Yeah, last set. Last 3 movies. Okay, if you're still watching this far in the video, I love you and I'm gonna give you a big kiss. I waited for this movie. I waited and I swam through shit, oceans of shit and terrible jokes and just awful movies, and then it finally arrived. The other 2 movies in the set just don't matter. Uncut Gems is an absolutely amazing movie and it hurts my brain. And the best part of all this is it's like 30 minutes longer than the other 2, and I just got to sit back and watch Adam Sandler actually perform greatness. 100% Fresh is fine if you like Adam Sandler humor. If you couldn't tell at this point, I do not like Adam Sandler humor. However, I do think his comedy works a lot better in stand-up compared to in his movies. A murder mystery is exactly what it sounds like, but if I'm honest, I just didn't care about this movie. If you want a good mystery movie, there are a number that are better than this one. It just really felt like Happy Madison slop to me. Uncut Gems just hurts my brain. It shows me that Adam Sandler, when he tries, can really make a good movie. It's a weird dynamic to describe, but I think me, after watching the movie, did a good job of talking about it. That was really good. I've gone through so much brain rot. I've gone through so much pain, and for me to watch a good movie, let me fucking tell you right now, it's 4:30 in the morning. I woke up and I've been doing this shit all day, and to end with that, I was asking myself this question, and it refers to Adam Sandler, and it relates because of basketball. If you have a basketball player who averages 2 points throughout his entire career, but on one random night he scores 100, is he a good basketball player? Because that is what I think of Adam Sandler. Hey man, you doing okay? Aren't you on the last day of filming? Don't you need to get that done? Yeah, I'm gonna get to that right in a second. First, I just gotta... No, man, seriously, are you doing okay? You look a little... off. Who was I talking to? Where'd it go? Finally made it. The last 6 movies of Adam Sandler. And to make it even better, my first set I got to watch Hustle, which is probably my second favorite Adam Sandler movie. However, I was actually very captivated by the documentary Funny Guy. Since I basically watched Adam Sandler's entire career, it was interesting to hear everything summarized. Now, it really isn't a good documentary as a whole, don't get me wrong. The voiceover sucks, they stay on single topics for way too long, and it's basically Adam Sandler propaganda to the point of questioning critics' thoughts on Jack and Jill. But if you're interested on his career, it's a good watch. Hubie Halloween is another dumb Adam Sandler character. It sucks going from a good movie like Uncut Gems and still seeing movies like this, but at this point I just think it's in his DNA to do this shit. Hustle is actually a phenomenal movie. I think Adam Sandler saw the success of Uncut Gems and actually took good notes. Stanley is still a stereotypical Adam Sandler character, but as a whole the movie is good, and it feels like a love letter to basketball and those putting in the grind to make it in that world. I'm on to my last set. I'm feeling ecstatic. Like, I've almost accomplished something. Nah, I wouldn't say accomplished. I've almost wasted nearly 36 hours watching Adam Sandler movies, and I'm ready to be done. Last set. I was so happy to be at the finish line. I had 3 movies to go. After 103 minutes, I would never need to watch another Adam Sandler movie again. And to make it even better, I was actually surprised by the set because Leo is good. I don't know what kick Happy Madison is on, but I'm here for it. Murder Mystery 2 does not feel like Happy Madison is on a new kick. Again, just slop that somehow gets greenlit. Leave movies like this in the past. You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah is fine. I don't think it's bad, but I also don't really think it's made for a 19-year-old non-Jewish man. But again, it wasn't bad, and at this point, I'll take anything that's not bad. Leo's a good movie. I think this might be the first Adam Sandler movie that has really made me laugh in a long while. The animation can be a little funky, but you know what? I appreciate this movie, and I'm happy it is the final one. It's over! It's over! It's over! I'm done! I'm free! I'm free! I'm free! It's over. All Adam Sandler movies, every single one, except for the short films, are done. I'm done, man. I'm so done. Oh, I don't even care if that set was mediocre. It's over. It's over. I'm free. I'm free. Oh my god, I'm free. I did it. It's over. I never need to watch an Adam Sandler movie in my life ever again, nor do I plan to. I don't, well, okay, maybe if it's critically acclaimed, I'll watch it, but, you know, when you watch 56 movies, or like over 55 movies in 5.5 days, you kind of lose your mind a little bit, so I just never want to watch another Adam Sandler movie unless I am financially compensated for my time. But would I ever do this again? No.
I'm glad it's over. I'm glad I'm free. But yeah, I'm done. But that being said, we're not done yet. We have one more segment of this to go, and that's kind of a reflection. But I wanna take some time editing this video. It's probably gonna take me about 4 to 5 days editing it and putting it together. And then after that, I can kind of do a sit down and reflection after I've edited it and re-rank everything to kind of put things, where I want them to be. Because after watching a shit ton of movies, is 50 First Dates and like Spanglish and Anger Management zeros? No, I don't think they're zeros. They're probably like 2s or 3s, but they're nowhere near as bad as like The Week Of or The Do-Over or The Ridiculous Six or Stanley Wexler. There are worse movies. I'm done. I'm done watching Adam Sandler. Thank God. Anyway, I will see you for my reflection and for the end of this video.
So, welcome to the reflection. Before you ask, yes, this is a new camera. That's why it looks nicer and why my teeth look so yellow. And I also want to draw attention to my You Mad Trollface shirt that I ordered like 3 days before I started filming and just got here recently. So instead of wearing it during one of my skits, I'm wearing it now. So appreciate my Adam Sandler You Mad Trollface shirt. But reflecting as a whole, that was an experience. I don't know if I'd call what I did an accomplishment because it's Adam Sandler movies, a lot of bad, and I'm glad I never need to watch another Adam Sandler movie ever again. The only way I would is if I get serious financial compensation, or if someone's like, hey, if you watch this Adam Sandler movie, you'll get 5 million views. I'd be like, oh, well, shit, dog. Don't take that. I changed my tier list up a little bit. I thought some of the ratings were a bit irrational, that being like 50 First Dates, Anger Management, and Spanglish. I'm not a rom-com fan, that's why I didn't like them and why they're so boring to me, but as a whole, they're watchable. I would rather take that set over like Ridiculous Six ever again. As a whole, this is my final tier list. My top 5 and my bottom 5 are all ranked, as you can see on the tier list, and most things are ranked up if I would watch that instead of the movie before it. So take a nice look at it, pause the video, and go to the comments and talk about how biased I am. That gives me exposure. Anyway, the real reason I wanted to do this reflection part was because I wanted to ask the question, is Adam Sandler a good actor? That was the question I really was thinking about while I was watching the movies and while I was editing the video as a whole. When I asked that question, I imagine a lot of people are taken aback. Of course he's a good actor. Haven't you seen his movies? You literally just watched them all. Yes, I have watched them all. And my final conclusion is I'm not sure if he is a good actor. You see, I go back to that basketball analogy. I would probably up his points per game to like 7. And for sure, he hasn't just scored one 100-point game. He's probably scored like 20, 30, a max of like 40. But it's just like so much of his career is just not good. A majority of his movies are meh to bad. I think Adam Sandler's a very talented actor. He wouldn't be doing as good as he was if he wasn't talented. But he's never needed to make that talent into a skill, it feels like. His audience shows him that he can just keep making the same thing over and over again and make millions upon millions of dollars. Jack and Jill was a box office success. So is Grown Ups. And if you don't need to be challenged, and if you're just making millions of dollars, really doing the same stuff you've already done and writing the same scripts and playing the same 4 characters, why try? Which makes it so interesting to me that he's in Uncut Gems. Of course, he didn't really direct or write that movie, but he acted his ass off, and he shows he really does have talent. And that's why I made this video. I presented the mythos at first of like, I'm making this video because Adrian Paz, he did this What Are the Odds, and that What Are the Odds story is true, and it's a good mythology for this video. But the real reason is because I'm fascinated by Adam Sandler. I'm fascinated by his movies, and I'm fascinated by his career. It's a career that has its own mythology of very high starts, really low lows, and a kind of return. And I am super excited with what's happening at Happy Madison at the moment. I mean, Leo was a good movie. Hustle, amazing movie. Bat Mitzvah wasn't made for me, but I think that is still an okay movie. So I'm excited to see what they produce in the future, and I'm hoping it only gets better. I'm hoping as Adam Sandler gets older, he enters this creative renaissance where he's making movies that have creative meaning that aren't just, the same thing over and over again. But that's it. That's every Adam Sandler movie watched, kind of reviewed. I'm happy I'm done, and I am happy I'm done with this video too. It's been an experience. You know what? It's been real. It's been fun. It ain't been real fun. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you soon.
My grandfather said this mummy is worth millions.